Our next reader is Jordan Jones. Jordan, if you could join us up here reading their piece, Abattoir of Literature. I spent all morning learning how to pronounce abattoir. I hope I did all right. Thanks, Jordan.
According to the UN, Iowa City is a world-class capital of culture, learning, and intellectuals. A genuine city of literature. I imagine they must think of this place as some sort of Cambridge of the Corn, a quaint village dedicated to shine the light of knowledge in the dark corners of our understanding, for the good of all humanity. I can only conclude that no one from the UN has ever been here. If they had actually traveled here and seen this place with their own eyes, they would have realized that the IC is far more Sodom and Gomorrah than Athens and Alexandria. Words can change the world, it's true, but they can't change this place. The deluded bureaucrats at the UN can call Iowa City whatever they want, but no words, no matter how fancy, can change what this town is. A den of vice and depravity, serviced by bad tap water. I suppose it is fitting that our reputation as the cultural capital of flyover country is a bit of a crock. After all, it was created by writers, the biggest liars of all. Kurt Vonnegut, one of our town's more noted hacks, was able to convince everyone that Slaughterhouse-Five was a great anti-war novel. That was no mean feat, considering that book was mostly about space aliens and time travel. If a writer can pull off a con like that, it's really no surprise that a group of them are able to trick a dim and credulous public into thinking that some out-of-the-way cow town by a smelly river was in fact an oasis of learning. The truth is that much of the populace of this city of literature isn't actually very interested in reading or ideas. I can only assume that the local socialists have long ago abandoned hope that the youthful, drunken masses will ever rebel against the capitalist system. Perhaps they should tie their message of economic and social justice into a campaign against the 21 Ordinance. That might do the trick. But maybe I'm getting a little carried away and unfair. Perhaps the city does have some right to its storied reputation as a center of learning. I'm reminded of a saying by Mark Twain: never let schooling interfere with your education. I think many of the students in this place have taken those words to heart. Although God knows they've never heard them before, and certainly don't know who Mark Twain was. Following our progressive tradition, many have chosen to forgo the superfluous encumbrances of formal education. They reject the traditional educational tools and practices foisted upon them by the man. Things like books, essays, and showing up for class. Instead, they give themselves over to the greatest teacher of all, experience. Think of it, what better way to learn about our criminal justice system than a trip to the drunk tank? And by observing the ritualized mass hysteria of a Hawkeye football game, we can glean valuable insights into the nature of the totalitarian regimes of the past. Even the Ped Mall has some educational value, as it illustrates many of the pressing socioeconomic and mental health issues of our time. And sometimes there's music. Perhaps this is why the U of I's English and Philosophy building resembles a Stalinist bunker, a library, a Dickensian workhouse from some dystopian future. The architects must have made them intentionally ugly and oppressive, so as to drive students out into the world where their real education will take place. In a way, we are all both students and teachers. You learn from the vagrant passed out in your line, as he learns from you when you call the police. There are life lessons all around us, and some of them have legs. I guess what I'm getting at is Iowa City is an experience. A unique, sometimes excruciating, always interesting experience. What other Midwestern college town could have produced both Gilead and Rambo First Blood? Well, Madison Grinnell, possibly. But they didn't, and that's the point. So to sum it all up, the town is too stupid and depraved to be called a city of literature, but it's too intriguing to be called, as a friend of mine once dubbed it, an abattoir of dreams. What to call this sad, strange, stupid place then? Ah yes, Iowa City, abattoir of literature.
Thank you. As a hack myself, I do not take offense to some.